You hear the screeching of an owl, you hear the wind begin to howl. You know there's zombies on the prowl. And it's terror time again. They've got you running through the night. It's terror time again. And you just might die of fright. It's a terrifying time.
It's time to rev up those engines and get on a roll, cause today we're taking a look at another large pile of vehicle mods, which are consistently some of the most common mods you'll find on the workshop. We got trucks, military vehicles, bikes, and more. But before we begin, I'd like to thank Katophoenix for her lovely artwork, and I'd like to ask you to support today's video with a like and a sub for more if you enjoy. Now let's begin, shall we? Are you looking for more large, imposing military vehicles in your life? You want something tanky and resilient? Then let's take a look at the XM93 CBRN, a vehicle for chemical, biological, radioactive, and nuclear teams to deploy with. This mod is developed by CYT and Shark, and this bad boy will let you hit the road and the zombies pretty damn hard. Just keep in mind it doesn't go particularly fast, especially if you get off-road, and it turns even slower. So don't get yourself stuck between a rock and a horde of zombies, which is definitely a possibility if you get lost with this thing. This baby has about 90 pounds of storage, 110 if you count the front passenger seat, but there is no actual trunk. But that's not necessarily a bad thing, as being inside the vehicle to unload your inventory is much safer than having to run around the back of the vehicle to stash inventory. There's also a back seat that can only be accessed from the exterior, as well as a forced seat that doesn't appear to be function, so that may just represent the internal storage, as there's no option to install a forced seat as well. Speaking of lacking functionality, there's a gun mounted on the vehicle, but sadly it's entirely decorative, which is fair enough. I'm not sure how you'd code it to function, honestly. There's also two variants you'll find in the world, a woodland and a desert variety. And one nice thing in this mod is there's two guaranteed spawn points for these rides. One's located at the eastmost checkpoint at the south of Louisville, and the second is located to the rear of the secret military base located to the west of Rosewood. So check these locations if you're really looking for one. Overall, it's always nice to see more military vehicles in Zomboid. If you like me and thought that last vehicle was just a bit too slow, well, this bad boy's the opposite. Let me introduce the Lamborghini Diablo mod by FHQWH Gads. Hope you need some vroom vroom, because you're going to be getting gassed up and drifting in no time with this. This bad boy comes in a wide range of colors, including a rare police variant for when you want to get your hot pursuit nostalgia on. Now this baby's quick as hell with a wicked fast turn, so be wary of turning too fast right into a tree, or overcorrecting a turn and hitting something else instead, as it's very easy to do with this ride. Now if you want to open it up for some maintenance or storage, keep in mind that these locations are swapped, so you have to go to the front to stash equipment or the back to fix it up. Also keep in mind the storage compartment only contains about 30 kilograms of loot, with another 5 to 25 in the car itself depending on if you're riding solo or not. So this ride is not well equipped for large, long looting hauls. But if you need to get somewhere quick, this ride will blast your ass there and back, given that you don't, become one with a tree or a sign along the way. Do you want a vehicle dedicated to towing? Pretty much any type of vehicle. You want something with a bit more oomph to get the job done? Well, thanks to Enob Durkis, we have the Harry's Tow Truck mod. Good to see old Harry found a reliable job to support him and Heather after they killed God. Now this new tow truck definitely gives you some more power in the towing department. Plus with a moderately sized 55 kilogram truck bed for storage, you're not entirely sacrificing storage potential for towing power. But if you really wanted to, you could tow another vehicle just for additional storage potential, as you'd get the towed truck bed, a car seat, a glove box, and an entire other vehicle you could just stuff full. Now my only complaint would be the fact that this tow truck mod doesn't flip towed vehicles like I believe the old better towing mod would. But given that mod doesn't function anymore, it's a bit of a moot point. Hopefully we can see some more functionality added to the mod in the future, but for now it's still pretty good for what we have. Are you looking for a nice ride to hit the road in? You need plenty of capacity or even amenities you don't find anywhere else? Or you're just looking to truck off into the great yonder? Well, the AutoTsar team is back with the Petyarbuilt 379, a top-of-the-line semi-truck with 3 major variants and a large variety of skins and colors to choose from. Now let's start with the variants, shall we? The first is your typical truck cab, just 2 seats and a glove box. Nothing fancy, but it gets the job done, especially if that job is hauling. Variant 2 is a small sleeper cab. Not much, but it's cozy. But the real star of the show, the extended sleeping cab variant. This bad boy offers 2 mattresses, 1 in each of the back seats, as well as a fully functional fridge and a microwave. The microwave can be used to cook on the road, and the fridge will keep those knobs from spoiling, and there's even an additional nightstand in the back for extra storage of miscellaneous goods. Now keep in mind though, using the fridge and the microwave with the vehicle off will drain the battery, so be sure to keep an eye on it. But unlike the Spiffos van, the fridge and microwave can be enabled or disabled at any time, which is definitely a nice addition. Now the other half of this mod is the trailers, because what sort of trucking mod is complete without the trailers they haul? If you can find a trailer on its own, or if you're lucky the full package, well, these trailers hold 1,300 kilograms of loot, more than enough to move entire bases if you desired. My only complaint is that the trailer seems to be very finicky when it wants to be opened, seemingly requiring you to actually be able to see the door itself to open it. Now if you do find a trailer out in the wild, it can definitely be worth cracking open, as they can spawn loot from whatever they were previously hauling. And the final little touch is the fact you can hitch the truck and the trailer at any time from the truck itself, not requiring you to get out and manually do it, which is very nice in, say, a situation like the trailer slowing you down too much, or God forbid you manage to get it stuck while a horde is fast approaching. Well, then just dump the cargo and get out with your life. Now if you really want to step your game up, find the AutoTsar Tuning Atelier magazine, and now we can armor this vehicle and get it really ready to survive the long haul. But you're going to require substantial skills to pull this off. Overall, I'm really enjoying this mod, but the team's not done. We got one more mod for them, so let's dive into that one, shall we? Are you looking for a more streamlined and speedy method around the town? You want to zip zoom in those more narrow and risky paths, or even off-road to some extent? Then the AutoTsar team has teamed up with KI5 for another brand new mod for you. The AutoTsar Motorcycle Club. This tight little mod adds 5 new vehicles to get you up and going. 3 motorcycles, 1 ATV, and even a jet ski. Now, you will have to have the Yacht Club mod installed and all of its necessary components as well, or else the Wave Runner will not function properly. Personally, I think the Wave Runner should have been as an update for the Yacht Club mod instead, as it would require you to have less mods than if you just wanted the motorcycles and ATV. Now, the meat and potatoes of this mod, shall we? 2 of the motorcycles are of the same model, but one's just a stripped down variant having a seat removed, and it's essentially a crotch rocket just ready to take off, while the other is a longer, more traditional version with space for a friend and additional storage spots that could be installed for 12 to 24 kilograms of additional space. Ride 3 is basically a Harley with 4 additional storage spots, giving up to 20 kilograms of extra stuff. And the final ride, an ATV. Now keep in mind, the motorcycles control fast and loose, with the cut down one going even faster. But this does let you do some fun things like tire checking zombies. I also really do appreciate the custom animation work that's gone into these, especially that higher speed crashes, you'll just be flung off the vehicles. Overall, it's another fun and well-designed mod, and the developers could really use the show of love right now, given that they're based in Russia and currently getting fucked over. Now let's wrap up, shall we? There was a lot of interesting and useful vehicle mods shown off today, but my personal favorite has to be the semi-truck. With how large they are, and if you can get a sleeper one, you've got a ton of personal amenities at your fingertips that can keep you living comfortably and safe. Oh yeah, not to mention that 1,300 kilos of capacity really stretches what you could do with your hands on a trailer. Plus, the fact you could further armor the vehicle to keep you safe and sound in your rolling bunker really makes the nomad life more viable. Plus, I'm always down for more vehicles that have fridges and other things in them. Now, I think that just about wraps up today's video, however. I'd like to thank Kato once again for her fantastic artwork. I'd like to thank all of y'all for watching the video, especially the members of the channel seen on screen. Y'all's support means a lot to me. This has been Core, and I'll see you next time.